kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. He'll bring it out. It's Duffy. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, David, have proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are two of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. From the gun, running back on the move.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Johnson wants to throw it. Oh, they're after him. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He hurls one deep down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Well, it looked like the offense had a rhythm here early in the drive, getting a first down, but I don't know about that play call. Going deep on 3rd down, low percentage throw, it falls incomplete. All that momentum that was established early in the drive, that's gone away now if you have to punt.
Punt is in the air on 4th down. Wants to return it. Slips through the line. Strolls into the end zone for a touchdown. Now that is a play that will get your sidelines into the game with that touchdown.
And you could see once he left everybody in the dust and he was going to the house, the sidelines going nuts. What a big-time play to take the lead. Defense did its job. Now special teams coming through in a big way.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Man, you just can't put a price on having a guy like that back there to return punts, and he turned that one into a touchdown. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. On the move from inside his 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. The sure hands, it's Duffy. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
Early in the game as a DB, I'm settling in. It's okay if I give up 4, 6, 7 yards. I'm just trying to get settled in, gauge the speed, and then later on, I can adjust to the speed of the game.
Johnson looking to throw. Gets rid of it. Grabbed in the middle, it's Johnson. Moves up to the 34-yard line, give him a 10-yard pickup.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. I got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. He's got it on the right. And he jukes the first guy, made him miss, and picked up a few before being brought down.
Quarterbacks love the short passing game early in games because it really helps them get into a rhythm. So nice job by the offensive coordinator giving his quarterback an easy throw, something he can see, and something that he knows he can complete.
A strike downfield. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
One of the nice things about RPOs is that it's a slow developing mesh between the QB and running back, and that allows these receivers time to get vertically downfield and work their routes. You saw it right there on that play.
Offense getting set for first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires downfield. Almost had the completion. Just missed it.
Well, it doesn't get any more open than that. Good read by the quarterback. He was looking for his tight end. Wide open on the play. Man, you got to make the catch.
So now it's second and long. Back to pass. Nearly picked off there, and he might be the last guy on the field you'd expect to drop that one. It'll be third down.
Well, a great job in coverage on the back end by the defense. He just got to finish the play. That should have been a pick.
This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Johnson wants to throw it. Here comes the heat. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
Well, just nowhere to go there, and it started in the pocket. It was collapsing. Quarterback felt it, so he tried to get outside, make something happen himself, but give the defense tons of credit. Excellent job in pursuit. They're able to give up no gain.
They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, and these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks, David. This one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names, you know, brand versus brand, big-time baller versus big-time baller, trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. Trying play action. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
That's a really good break on the football. He sees the ball come out, and he hits him right as he's catching it. Nice job of dislodging the football from the receiver. That's a good play by the defensive back.
After the miss on third down, the punt team is on the field. No return coming here. Fair catch is signaled for and made just shy of the 30. Here comes the offense onto the field again. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. All by himself down the middle. And he will house it.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point gives them a 3-point lead at 10-7. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Starts a drive, trying to go up top. Makes the catch. It's Morris. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Now here on second down, see if they keep tossing it around. Looking to fire. Pocket breaking down. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting in those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable in run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Finds a man on the right. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Wide receiver going in motion. Looking to throw on first down. Going downfield for the big play. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
All right, back-to-back shots by the offense. Staying aggressive, foot on the pedal. They had a big completion the previous play, so they try to take another one, but give the defense credit, forcing the incompletion.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Flips it out on the screen. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the second level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do any damage.
Now facing a third and long from the 50-yard line. Wants to throw again. Pressure coming. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
And that is a great job by the defense, containing and constricting the pocket. There was nowhere for the QB to go, and he did not have a lot of time. He went down quick.
And here comes the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Nice job to make the fair catch at the 16. Make sure that ball didn't bounce into the coffin corner. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. The give to the left. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a ball.
They'll move the wide receiver. Leaves it with the running back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Sometimes in life, there's only one thing to do. Punt. And they should punt. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. To the air on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Rolls it in. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Offense threatening. 1st and 10 from the 31. Wants to throw on 1st down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Morris. Tried to hit him with a quick game on 1st down, and nothing doing there.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He did in that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field making the nice tackle.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
Well, the big fella is trying to work the drag route. He does a good job getting lost in the wash. He comes out the other side. He's open. He's just got to make the catch.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. Makes the catch. Will not get close. Tackled at the 28-yard line. It's 4th down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. And he's got to find the right combination of distance and accuracy from the right hash and 45 yards out. Absolutely perfect. And guys, that field goal draws us even as we get close to halftime.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he won't quite make it back to the 20-yard line as he goes out of bounds at the 19. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Bring in the heat. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Johnson looking to throw. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. The give on the counter. He's able to get it out to the 25, but needed a little bit more to move the chains. It'll be 4th down. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great scene there today in Manhattan. And talk about a good competitive game so far. Not saying this has been the best first half we've seen in the history of these two programs, but they've matched each other's intensity, and the result has been a very evenly played game. Fascinating to see how the rest of this one plays out. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Bill Snyder Family Stadium.
Just about set to put toe to leather as we are deadlocked here in the 3rd. Out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Keeping it on the ground to open the second half. Nudges ahead for 1 out to the 16.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Right back to it. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Rushes on him. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
On 3rd and long, you know what's coming. That's exactly where you want to get an offense. The passing game has to come out. You go nickel, bring some more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack to force the 4th down.
They bring the punter onto the field now. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Makes the catch right at the 50. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. And the offense takes the field eager to go back to work. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Johnson wants to throw it. Fires to the right. Makes a connection. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the 1st down.
From the gun, give on the inside. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. The noise level is relentless here on second down. They'll run play action. Grabbed over the middle. It's Duffy. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Tackle on the play at the 15-yard line. And first down for the offense.
This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Here's the thing. I know this guy's not going to win the Heisman Trophy, but he's a pretty talented football player that's made big plays for this offense in the past. They have not had any success when they've given him chances so far in this game. And in the third quarter, you're getting a little nervous, I think, if you're the head coach, because he's a guy you need to have success if you're going.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his second touchdown of the game.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it up with a 15-yard scoring toss. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start this drive going to the air. And it's an incomplete pass over the middle.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Offside defense.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides in the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess, and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, Coach, and then the second one, usually he takes me out of the game.
Good enough for first down.
The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the big fella. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
It's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. The give to the back. Got the first down and more. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Looking downfield on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Richmond. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
That last completion has him set up, second and short. Wants to go up top. Caught, close to the marker, it's Ross. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. This tight end just creates matchup problems no matter how you try to defend him.
How about the catch radius on him, too? So as a quarterback, you don't have to be perfect when throwing it to him. You just got to get it somewhere in his vicinity, and he can come up with the catch.
Goes to the option. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Catch in the middle, it's Ross. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
He's going for the goal line. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On first and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's second and goal. They're going to run it. Sprints into the end zone for a touchdown.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line. Understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
Setting up for the extra point and the top. And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the 4th. A 70-yard touchdown drive, and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Here's a big drive for this defense who will try to get a stop with just a few minutes left. Johnson looking to throw. He's got an open man. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. All the way in for the touchdown. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. And that last drive didn't take long, just 2 plays to get it in. And they capped off the drive with a big play through the air, scoring from 50 yards out. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This is the biggest drive of the game, but the offense has to stay cool. No reason to panic. Then again, panicking is never a good idea, is it? That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got it in the middle. It's Moore. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And I think the defense doing a really good job of understanding this is late in the game. It matters. Taking away the sidelines, taking away the middle of the field, making him kind of check the football down, go through his progressions, and make that clock tick.
Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on 2nd down. Caught over the middle. It's Morris. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down marker.
And this offense, they got another positive gain, but I think they're going to have to start pushing the ball down the field a little bit. Got to make some plays. That clock is not your friend. You got to speed up, maybe work the middle of the field a little bit, but make sure we get 1st downs, and the rest of the time work the sidelines.
Looking left. Got his man downfield. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. And guys, if they can somehow, some way find their way into the end zone, we'll have a tie game in the 4th. Bounces into the end zone for a touchdown.
And in this situation now, if you're on offense, what do? Do you kick the extra point, tie it, and hope for overtime? Or are you aggressive? Do you decide to go for 2 right here and see if you can take the lead with just seconds left in the game?
Big point after here, looking for the tie late. And no problem on that extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the 4th. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And what a huge score and extra point there to get it tied in the final minute. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 6. Breaks into the open. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Timeout on the field, and everybody want to make sure they're organized as we come down the gut of the game. Johnson wants to throw it. Quickly to the tight end. And they'll stop him just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. The run from the shotgun. Oh, what a cut! They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with the 15-yard pickup.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a 1st down. He'll do it himself. Runs through the tackle. Oh, he got loose. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down. is called with just 2 seconds left to go.
Timeout by the offense.
Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go.
Timeout by the defense.
They'll send out the kicker here. It'll all be decided right here, win or lose on this kick.